Hey everybody, I'm Rousseau. I do a little work here and there, and it looks like we're back in the research workshop here at the end of the month because I gotta admit, I've been playing with this, a new camera, a new toy. But you know me, or maybe you don't, but most of the stuff that I work with is real small, real tiny, so you probably notice the depth of field in this particular shot, and that is at least in part due to my interchangeable lenses here. So in a way, this is the solution, a fixed and therefore much shorter lens. So everything that is in focus will be in focus, but it doesn't like the focus that close, so we probably need some extra kit. Fortunately, I got a bunch of this stuff just laying around, and lucky for me, it's more than big enough. So yeah, 62mm macro lens in this case, but I've got a few different things here, so we're gonna try them out and see what the difference is. And here we are. Ignore the small amount of tilt there and instead pay attention to the miniature and the lenses, all of which you may notice are just a little bit out of focus. There is a slight amount of distortion right around the edges, though with the tilt it's a little difficult to tell, but real quick and a little blurry, we'll go through what we have here. First, the macro lens, then close-up +1, close-up +2, and finally close-up +4. And you might have seen through the lens for just a second there, so I'll put that back and let you see what it looks like. And how it looks is quite a bit clear, so we will keep our eye on the miniature and get all of these lenses out of the frame, and we'll start with the macro lens. And you'll notice it has gotten remarkably clear, but there is quite a bit of added distortion, which at this point I would say is extremely apparent. But I'll also point out that I'm filming this at 2K, I think, so I can definitely cut into that and maybe avoid needing to remove the distortion at all. I don't know, we'll see what else we got. Close-up +1 is slightly clearer, but comparatively still not very clear at all. Close-up +2 is getting there, but I'm gonna say still not quite, and maybe the distortion is becoming more apparent. I don't know, it's not that bad. So close-up +4, and I'd say that's better, but still not on the level of the macro lens, so we're going to start putting these together. Close-up 4 +1, close-up +5. And while definitely better, I would say it is also starting to get a little washed out, but that's fine, we'll keep going. 4 +2, this is close-up +6, and again better, but still washed out. So for completion's sake, how about 4 +2 +1, close-up +7, and you know what, I would say that matches the macro lens in terms of clarity, but it is awfully washed out. So for comparison's sake, here is the macro lens again, then remove it, and the +7 close-up. And you know what, unsurprisingly, that might actually look a little more close-up. I still think I'm going to have to go with just the macro lens, but you shouldn't worry, I'm not going to leave you high and dry. Here we are with the macro close-up +7. And yowza, I'd say that's a little too much for its own good, so we'll stop staring at them through an aquarium and instead take another look at the macro lens by itself, and I'd say yeah, that looks pretty good. You can definitely see the texture of my map pretty well, and the distortion at the edges here does get pretty bad, but like I said, I've got the resolution to either reduce that or eliminate it altogether. Of course, there is still the problem of fixing the lens to the camera, because I can't just hold this here all day. But again, I figure I got enough junk lying around that I should be able to rig something up temporary-like so as to test different camera angles and lighting situations and such. So expect more of that in the future. And hey, who knows, maybe expect a little more of this guy too. Doing what? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't really know. So until next time, this has been the Research Workshop on Rousseau Works, and I'm Rousseau. Out.